Believe it or not, Ecom, SaaS, or even AI automation agencies aren't the best business to start in 2023 going into 2024. You have been lied to, and that's what I'm going to be breaking down in this video. Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We're only a matter of weeks away from the live event, so if you haven't already, go register using the link in the description. 2022 was the year of Ecom agencies. All you've seen, no matter where you turned, was why Ecom agencies are the best business model for 2022. And now in 2023, we've seen both SaaS and AI automation agencies take over, and it seems every guru online is talking about them. To me, it's a fad. Agencies will always exist in many different forms, and one is not better than the other. At the end of the day, it's all the same. I started lead generation back in 2018 for the simple reason local businesses will continue needing new leads and customers for the rest of time. Other forms of agencies may come and go, but lead generation in some shape or form will be around forever. E-commerce agencies are great, and ones that are successful generate a lot of money because of e-com stores' high ad budgets. However, the downside is for beginners, it's very difficult to get into. Firstly, you're competing against massive agencies that have more experience than you, results, and know their shit. E-com ads isn't something you can just watch a YouTube video on and expect to get results. E-com marketing is very, very difficult. Oftentimes, these e-commerce founders know a lot about advertising already because they've been running their own ads. This means the founder has more experience than you and knowledge, so why is he going to hire you? You might say, well, you can find a media buyer, but if you can't show them that you know your stuff and are valuable, why are they going to hire you in the first place? Not only must you get better results than they're currently getting, you have to demonstrate your skills. Do you think the person on Upwork you pay $500 or $1,000 a month will get better results? Probably not. E-commerce agencies hire the best media buyers, and to do this, they need to pay them over $150,000 per year. I briefly did sales for a large e-commerce agency, and while I don't know the exact amount the media buyers got paid, it was definitely over $150,000 per year plus bonus. E-com sounds sexy, but it's an industry most beginners get crushed in because of the inexperience, shitty offers, and lack of results. I don't think it's all bad, however. When you're starting out, I wouldn't advise to go down this path until you had advertising experience. SaaS was a hot topic a few months ago, and now all of a sudden it's dropped off the radar. This is what I mean. People make a couple of videos saying that this new business model will change the industry and how it's going to shake things up and replace everything. But it doesn't. It's a flash in the pan. Here for a minute, gone the next. Yes, it's true. SaaS is a great business model and one you can sell for crazy multiples, but the problem is you're late. You need to get in on the ground floor, not when everyone and their mum is talking about it. It's like the common saying that, you're in a taxi, you're in a cab, and the cab driver tells you you need to buy this stock. You read it on the front page of New York Times. It's already too late. Building a SaaS business has never been easier. However, it's more competitive, which means you need to stand out, and that can be difficult to do. Reason being, 98% of you don't use critical thinking. You just copy someone else, and that won't get you where you want to be. Late last year, Alex Becker sold Hyros for $110 million after 3 years, I believe. Now, Alex is someone I've admired and followed since I began my online journey in 2018. He was an internet marketing guy who started an agency, like many of us, grew that, built a coaching program and a course business, and then suddenly he went off grid. He vanished, and when he returned, he was building Hyros and was heavily into crypto. Now, a few years later, he sold his company for $110 million. And I tell you this because he was working on software before all this hype on YouTube. True SaaS entrepreneurs are laughing. Why? Because this stuff has been around for a decade. Another example is the newsletter business. Is it possible to have a 7-figure exit right now? Yes, of course. Sam Parr sold The Hustle in 2021 for around $20 to $30 million. The exact amount isn't disclosed. And he helped his friend do the exact same thing, sell a newsletter business in under 12 months for about $5 to $7 million just last year. This is another example of people working on something before the hype, before all the noise. Can you still do it? Of course, but you must catch on to these things early. To me, AI automation agencies are a joke. You aren't doing anything different, rather just using some tools to help you save some time. That's great, but it's not a new thing. It's a bullshit marketing play to suck you in. You're doing the exact same thing. You are being a follower and you look where the crowd is and what the crowd is doing and following what's hot. Essentially, you're a clueless, brainless sheep. This leads you into a market that's over competitive and one you can't make the levels of wealth that you want to make. If you look at the world's most successful individuals, every single one of them worked on something that wasn't hot. At the time, people thought they were crazy. They didn't follow the grain. They went and did their own thing because they focused on not on what's hot now, but what they believe will be hot in the future. That is the key. This is what you must do. You must be a visionary. This means whatever you start will be unattractive now, but in 5 years' time, people will be talking about it. And that's the assumption that you've got to make. That is how you should be thinking. Not what's hot now, what's going to be hot and what's the next thing in the next 5 years. Let me build that. Because then you'll have complete market share and dominates the space because you spotted it early. I've learned this with crypto and NFTs. Usually when everyone is FOMOing in and having the fear of missing out, it means it's too late. You must focus your attention on the next thing. What that is, I don't know. And that's why I focus on timeless principles that work. I kept things simple because the more you complicate things, the less successful you become. AI has a role in, and I'm not denying that, but it's not going to replace everything anytime soon. It's going to aid us in our everyday lives by automating some outreach and allowing us to reach out to more people. That is good. You no longer have to do everything manually, but we are very, very, very early in the space. Lead generation will always be superior in my opinion because it's never going away. Short of all small and medium-sized businesses closing down, there's always going to be a place for you to help business get new leads and customers. Yes, we're going to be able to integrate AI into our lives only to help do our jobs more efficiently. I don't believe you call yourself an AI agency just because you use some tools. Guys, if you want to register for the upcoming live event, the link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.